Have you ever noticed how the quietest people in the room often carry the deepest presence? Not the loudest voice, not the most popular face, but the ones who speak less, and yet seem unshakable. While the world relentlessly chases applause, validation, followers, and approval, there exists another kind of person. Someone who often walks alone, yet grows stronger with every step. Be careful, though. People with few or no close friends are often misunderstood. Many assume they are lonely, antisocial, or broken. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if behind their silence lies a free mind, a selective soul, and an inner strength that does not depend on anyone else to exist? Today, you're about to discover 5 traits that define people who live peacefully in their solitude. And by the end of this video, you may realize something powerful. Being friendless was never a flaw. It may have been a quiet sign of wisdom all along. We live in an age where a person's value is measured in numbers. Likes, followers, views. Society subtly teaches us that popularity equals success, and that loneliness is something to escape at all costs. If you're alone, something must be wrong, or so we're told. But the ancient Stoics saw life very differently. To them, being alone did not mean being empty. It meant being full of oneself. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Withdraw into yourself. The virtuous man finds refuge in his own soul." Seneca reminded us that nothing is freer than the person who is truly self-sufficient. And Epictetus taught a timeless truth: the only approval that truly matters is the approval of your own conscience. Real strength does not come from being admired. It comes from being whole, even when no one is watching. Especially when no one is watching. So now, let's explore the 5 traits most people with few or no close friends share, and how these traits reveal a mature, authentic, and resilient mind. These are not abstract ideas. Each trait can be practiced, starting today. Trait 1. Authenticity. In a world where almost everyone wears a mask just to fit in, people with few friends have chosen a different path, the path of truth. They do not fake their personality to belong. They do not bend their opinions to please the crowd. They remain authentic, even when authenticity costs them applause, invitations, and popularity. Many mistake solitude for social weakness, but in reality, choosing authenticity is an act of courage. Those who live truthfully inevitably lose what is false, and quietly attract what is real. Authenticity means having an internal compass that cannot be bought by compliments, nor bent by trends. It means living in alignment with your values, even when no one claps for you. These individuals have a sincere relationship with their conscience. If a friendship demands betrayal of their values, then it is the friendship that must end, not their integrity. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. It's the courage to say no when everyone else says yes, and to stand by your truth, even in silence. In everyday life, authenticity appears in small but meaningful moments. It's the coworker who refuses to gossip, even if it costs popularity. It's the woman who declines opportunities that conflict with her principles. It's the man who studies quietly on a Friday night instead of partying, because he knows what he is building. Authenticity doesn't create crowds, it creates alignment between your heart and your actions. Trait 2. Independence. People with few friends often possess a deep sense of inner strength that makes them naturally self-reliant. They do not depend on others to feel complete. They do not crave constant attention just to feel seen. Instead, they've discovered something rare in today's world: the freedom of not needing. While many fear being alone, these individuals transform solitude into a space of self-mastery. Seneca once said, "He who is content with himself is truly rich." And these people are rich, not in possessions, but in presence. Independence does not mean isolation. It means maturity. It's the ability to make decisions without seeking approval, to accept mistakes without shifting blame, and to organize life without waiting to be rescued. In daily life, independence looks practical and grounded. It means managing your time, your money, and your energy wisely. It means learning skills that reduce dependence. It means choosing to speak to someone out of joy, not out of fear of being alone. Independent people choose friendship from connection, not from need. And because of that, when they do form bonds, those bonds are pure. Trait 3. Selectivity. Having few friends is not a sign of arrogance. It is a sign of emotional intelligence. Those who choose carefully who they allow into their lives understand one essential truth: energy matters. Before we continue, let's gently return to where we left off. People with few friends aren't closed off, they are intentional, and that intention shapes every relationship they allow into their lives. For selective individuals, energy is sacred, and it is never shared carelessly. They don't seek friendships to fill an inner void, but to share what is already full. They understand that connection is not about quantity, but depth. One meaningful bond outweighs 100 shallow ones. Selective people sense when a conversation no longer nourishes the soul. They feel when someone's presence quietly drains their energy, and they know, without bitterness, when it's time to walk away with grace. They understand that true connection stands on three essential pillars: admiration, respect, and emotional safety. Remove just one, and the entire structure collapses. Think of a master chef preparing a meaningful dish. He doesn't fill his basket with everything available. He chooses carefully, intentionally, only the finest ingredients. Selective people approach relationships the same way. Fewer ingredients, higher quality. It's not about building walls. It's about building gates. Those who respect your peace are welcomed inside. Those who don't are allowed to leave, without drama, without resentment. Trait 4. Introspection. One of the most fascinating qualities of people with few friends is their ability to look inward. Instead of searching for answers in the noise of the world, they turn toward silence. They've learned to listen to their own thoughts, to observe their emotions honestly, and to transform solitude into wisdom rather than escape. Marcus Aurelius treated introspection as a sacred daily ritual. He would review his day, examine his intentions, and make quiet corrections, not to punish himself, but to refine his character. Introspection is not escapism, it is investigation. It is asking, why, again and again until you reach a truth that isn't shaped by anyone else's opinion. It turns guilt into responsibility, anxiety into preparation, anger into clarity. Those who cultivate their inner world react less and reflect more. They no longer chase every distraction, because they've learned to distinguish between noise and signal. In practice, introspection can be simple. 10 minutes of silence, no screens, no voices, just writing down what you truly feel. It can be a quiet walk in nature, noticing your breath, your steps, your thoughts rising and falling. And then comes the essential Stoic question: what is truly within my control right now? That single question draws a clear line. What belongs to the world? Let it go. What belongs to you? Work on it with patience and care. At the core of all these traits lies one unifying principle: growth. Solitude, when understood correctly, becomes fertile ground for transformation. Seneca once said, "Difficulty awakens virtue." And solitude, though challenging, is one of life's greatest teachers. Growth means treating silence as a classroom, studying without urgency, training without an audience, building habits quietly, when no one is watching. Life moves in cycles. Some seasons are for planting, others are for harvest. Those who embrace solitude learn to honor the invisible phase, the part no one applauds. And when results finally arrive, they are solid, because they were built from within. Running through all these traits is one final quality: peace. Those who are comfortable with solitude often carry a serenity that doesn't depend on busy schedules or constant company. Peace is born from alignment between what you value, what you decide, and what you do. When you live according to your principles, the need to prove yourself fades away. Ironically, that's when you become most magnetic, not because you seek attention, but because calm presence speaks louder than words. If you've made it this far, that already says something about you. Perhaps you recognized yourself in these traits, or maybe you thought of someone who lives this way. But remember this: being alone is not a punishment. It is an invitation to meet yourself more deeply. You belong to a rare group of people who choose depth over distraction, peace over popularity, and truth over noise. Share this message with someone who may need it. Sometimes, a single reflection becomes the bridge to someone's awakening. And if this message resonated with you, like the video and subscribe to Stoic Spring. Here, we cultivate the habit of protecting inner peace and growing in emotional maturity, one quiet step at a time. Take a deep breath, look within, and remember